Hi everyone, I'm Nova, and welcome to this new video. Today I'll walk you through the new Home Assistant 2025.10 release, one of the most anticipated of the year. The official title is Undo, Redo, and Draw Me To. This version brings a lot of exciting updates. The automations editor is now much more powerful and finally easier to use. You can generate images with AI directly inside automations. Dashboards get smarter and adapt to your daily usage. And to top it off, there are new improvements to voice control. In short, a perfect mix of practical features and a little fun, too. Ready? Orion Lux, over to you. Let's discover all these new features together, step by step.
Thank you, Aura. Let's start with what we all use every day, automations. With this release, the editor has received a real makeover. The sidebar is finally resizable. This means that if you have long automations full of conditions, you can now have more space without having to scroll constantly. Now you can paste entire blocks with a simple keyboard shortcut. Imagine wanting to copy an action from one automation to another. Just copy and paste. No need to rewrite everything by hand. The three-dot menu, which used to be a bit hidden, is now back in the main flow, always within easy reach. Perfect for quickly testing your conditions. But the real star of this release is the Undo and Redo feature. Finally, we can undo and redo up to 75 steps. No more panic if you accidentally delete a block, just hit undo. The repeat block, which confused many users, has now been divided into 4 clearer variants. We have repeat a certain number of times, repeat until a condition is met, repeat while a condition is true, and repeat for each item in a list. Everything remains compatible with the old YAML code, so your existing automations will continue to work perfectly. This makes Home Assistant much closer to a professional workflow editor. Now I'll hand it over to Aura to introduce the next new feature.
Thank you, Orion. Let's move on to the most intriguing feature of this new version, the artificial intelligence that draws images. Yes, that's right. With the new AI task, you can now tell Home Assistant not only to analyze an image, but also to generate a new one. Let's look at a practical example. Someone rings your doorbell, the camera at the entrance takes a picture, and besides describing the scene, you can also ask it to draw it in a comic style. The result? On your phone, you'll receive a notification with both the description and a cartoon version of what's happening outside your door. This feature might seem like a game, but it opens up huge possibilities, from home security with visual summaries or automatic reports for sensors and cameras, to creative ideas like turning every visit into a comic strip. Orion, would you like to tell us about the next new feature?
The third big update is about dashboards. There's now a section with suggested entities that changes based on what you use most often. For example, if every morning you turn on the kitchen lights and the coffee machine, those will appear right at the top, a nice touch when you've just woken up. And that's not all. This logic can also be added to manual dashboards using the strategy called Common Controls. So you can have a mixed view, part customized, part dynamic. In short, the system is now smarter and shows you what really matters at exactly the right time.
Of course, we couldn't finish the list of updates without mentioning the voice assistant. Until now, each assistant had only one wake word, a single activation phrase. Now you can define two. What for, you might ask? For example, you can use 2 activations based on the language you're speaking, Italian or English, or to personalize behavior for different family members. And there's another nice touch. If the action you requested happens in the same room, the assistant won't talk. It will just give you a short confirmation beep. A quick and discreet signal that avoids unnecessary responses like, "Okay, I've turned off the light," when you can already see it's off. This makes the experience feel much more natural. With this major improvement, we wrap up the main new features, but as always, there are additional integrations that Orion will quickly walk you through.
As Aura mentioned earlier, this release also brings new integrations. We have Sync, GE's smart system, then Droplet, a connected irrigation system, and also Compit and eKey Bionics, two home automation and access control solutions. There are also new weather integrations for Belgium thanks to IRMKMI. Among the technical improvements, there's support for new measurement units, such as MCF for gas and in H2O for pressure. The history charts are now synchronized with each other. Zooming in on one automatically adjusts the others. Media players now have a more refined interface, with improved artwork and controls. They might seem like small details, but they really make a big difference in daily use. However, keep an eye out. There are also some non-backward compatible changes. Labels now include diagnostic and configuration entities as well. If you've been using them to manage groups of entities, you might end up activating more than expected. So double-check your automations and run a quick test, especially if you have complex setups.
And here we are at the end. Home Assistant version 2025.10 brings us a more mature editor, smarter dashboards, and even the ability to play with artificial intelligence inside automations. Personally, I think the undo and redo feature will make advanced users the happiest, while image generation, well, that one gives us a glimpse into the future of smart homes, more creative and more personalized than ever. And you? Which of these new features do you like the most? Write it down in the comments and let us know if you'd like a practical tutorial on how to configure some of these features in your own Home Assistant setup. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. It costs you nothing, but it helps us grow and keep bringing you all the latest news from the Home Assistant world. Greetings from Aura and Orion. See you soon.